Hey everybody, Matt here. I am coming at you today with a video on books, basically. This is a video I thought about doing a while back, but I just never did it because I thought, it'd be too boring, and so I never got around to doing it. And then a few days ago, YokoWenis, for any of you guys that don't know him, check him out. He did a video on just reference material for basically for preppers. And it was just a good video, and I thought, you know what, I want to add to that. And so he's made the suggestion of, making like a series of videos from different people showing what reference materials they have when it comes to whether it's disaster preparedness, or whether you're into the SHTF, or whether you're just a survival guy who likes camping and is just an outdoors person. Whatever it is, what's the stuff you have that is to help you be prepared for whatever may happen. Now, this is not all of what I've got. I've got some in my vehicles. My wife's got some stuff that she keeps that I didn't bring out here, and I've got a lot of stuff saved on the computer that I need to print off and put in binders like these, and I will get to that, but right now I don't have them, so we're just going to go over what I have here. So let's start with this side here. The Handbook of Drug Interactions. Now, there's going to be a lot of medical stuff here. My wife is a nurse, so you guys know that. I've talked about that before. But so there's a lot of medical stuff we go over. But this is a good book to have. I think these things are pretty cheap. They're hard to find because they're usually given out by drug companies to nurses and doctors and or physicians' offices and stuff like that. So it may be kind of hard to find, but I'm sure you can find them online. But it really tells you what you can and can't expect from different drugs, how they're going to react with each other. So if you're ever in a situation where you need to figure something like that out, it's a good book to have. This is another. This is for non-prescription drugs and dietary supplements. It's kind of an index, and it gives you a brief overview of the drugs, what they do, how they react. Good book. Pocket SAS Survival Guide. Everyone should have one of these. I think this is one of the only books here we paid full price for. Let's see if you can see there, it's $7.99, $8. $8 well worth spending. Now you can probably get them cheaper than that online, but if you do have to spend the $8, it is still well worth it. That's probably the premier survival guide in the world. Next, the Pill Book Guide, over-the-counter medications and everything about them you can possibly want to know, what they're good for, how they react to each other. I mean, maybe there's something in there that you didn't realize you could use it. Maybe whatever it is. Let's pick one here. Nicorette, right there on the front. Maybe there's a use for Nicorette you didn't know was there. This book will tell you what else it's good for other than just trying to quit smoking. So a cool book to have. Next, Encyclopedia of Herbs. This is awesome. Anything you can think of. This tells you what every herb is. It gives you picture examples of what they look like so you can identify them, what they're good for, which ones to stay away from. Big for survival, man. If you're a camper and outdoorsman, this book is awesome. This will teach you all kinds of stuff. It's a great book. Natural Remedies, that pretty much speaks for itself. A really good book. There are a lot of books on natural remedies, how to use herbs and things like that. And it's kind of a companion to that other book, but this tells you more specifically really good ways to use herbs and natural stuff. These are great. Safe food storage. This is something we printed off. This is the Texas Agricultural Extension Service at Texas A&M. Just basic safe food storage. How to store stuff at home. All the different things. It goes through real detailed on different stuff. Everything from yeast, cornmeal cereal. It tells you how good it lasts. What you can do to make it last longer. A good book to have, and it's free. You download it off the internet. Next. This is the stack of books that we've gotten a lot from libraries and used books, and really cheap. This book here, the Boy Scout Handbook, and if you've never been a part of the Boy Scouts and you've never picked this up, you'd think, that's just for kids. This is probably one of the most valuable books you can have. This thing teaches you everything you can possibly think of. I mean, you could survive with this handbook. It may not be full force SAS survival guide, but this is a handy book to have, and I think we probably paid 50 cents for it at the library. Just for anybody who doesn't know, the library, at least here, after a while, and most libraries do this, they sell off their older books when new editions come in, or books get a little bit too torn up, they sell them extremely cheap. I mean, we're talking, if you can get like a book that retails for $19.99 for, you know, under $1. So check your libraries out. Most libraries do that. This is an awesome book, Complete Guide to Symptoms, Illness, and Surgery. I mean, this is invaluable, and it's written in layman's terms, so it's very, very easy to understand. Most of the books we have are written in layman's terms, and you just go in, you say, okay, I have this symptom and this symptom, what could be causing it, what can we do about it, and this book is great, it helps you out. Not so much on the what can we do about it, although there is some of that in here. Mostly it's defining what the problem is. Now obviously, because we're talking about symptoms, we're not talking about injuries, we're talking about illnesses, but a great book. And like I said, we probably paid, I mean, I don't know what the retail on this would be, but I'm assuming, you know, 15-20 bucks, and I guarantee you we paid less than $1 or $2 for it. Next, this is it's hard to tell, the Archery Handbook. This is very old, something we got from the library. I don't know what the date is on it, but I think it's like somewhere in the 50s. But this is the complete guide to archery. It gives you history, it tells you the backstory, it gives you philosophy on everything, on the ideas behind using a bow, the physics involved. I mean, just everything you think of. Making your own bow, making your own string. A really good book, and I literally think we pay like 15 or 25 cents for this at the library. Next, these two books. First is the American Red Cross First Aid Safety Handbook. Everybody should have one of these in their house. You can find these things anywhere, at any bookstore. Go to Walden Books, go to your used bookstore, go to the library. Someplace will have this, and it's pretty cheap because the Red Cross has made these fairly cheap for people to afford getting. I paid maybe $1 or $2 for it. I mean, it's American Red Cross. Now this concentrates more on first aid and safety, whereas this book concentrates more on actual family medical care. This is a great book to have, and everybody should have it. But if you can get this one, the PDR Family Guide, Encyclopedia of Medical Care, and once again, it's written in layman's terms. It tells you if you have this or have that, or this is this symptom or this is this symptom, this is what you should do. These are the kinds of drugs you should think about taking. This is when you should or shouldn't go to the doctor. This is when you might want to think about going to the emergency room. Whatever it is, this gives you a good idea of it. It's a great book. Okay, these here, y'all have seen these before. This is chapters 1 through 12, and this is chapters 13 through the index of the U.S. Survival Manual. Now, I've showed this in a video before, and I've had a lot of people request the link to this survival manual. It is over 600 pages. I will put a link down in the description box for this manual. It gets revised every few years. This is the May 2002 edition. When you're looking for it, you want to make sure and get the 600-page edition. It's 600 and something pages. There is a little 200 and something page edition, which is not nearly, obviously, as thorough as this one is. But I can't even explain to you what all that shows you. I mean, it shows you how to survive in any situation. Like the SAS Survival Guide, this thing is chock full, and you can download it for free online. So, last but not least, this is some of our miscellaneous stuff that we have downloaded offline and printed off. I suggest everybody have a notebook like this and look for information you can find online and print it off. Here we have, look, areyouprepared.com, how to prepare for any disaster. This is about a 50-page, let's see, I don't know, around 50 pages, 40, 50 pages, just a good disaster preparedness book. We have everything in here, stuff we've downloaded from Survival Blog. I've got stuff on here on how to dry meat naturally without whatever you call those things, dehydrator. You know, how to do different types of jerky, calculator for food storage. I mean, all kinds of invaluable information that if the power ever goes out, much like any of this stuff, and you can't get to your computer, you know, if you've got it printed off, you're ready to go. People become far too dependent on their computers, and I know, yeah, I've got room to talk because I'm on fucking YouTube all day long, but books, paper, information, they're key. Because if you save everything on your computer or rely on being able to go look on the internet whenever you want, then when something bad does happen, you're going to be screwed. So anyway, once again, I want to thank YokoWenis for pushing this idea in my head that I really wasn't planning on doing before. This is just some of the stuff I've got. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, any questions, comments, anything like that, let me know. And we'll talk to you later. Thanks.